Hi there, it's Tania with Guided Healing Works Retreats, and this is the last video for the three-part series on giving you a bit more information on the retreat that's called Connecting Women in Chile. And so this video is all about the questions that I've been getting that people would like to know more about. So hopefully we can answer some of your questions during this video series, and if not, if you have more questions, then please let me know and I can answer those questions for you via email, or if you want to send me a message on Facebook, wherever, on YouTube, whichever medium you're receiving this on. So the number one question that I get is, when are you going? So this retreat begins on March 12th to the 21st. So that means that you'll probably have to get your ticket leaving on March 11th, so that you'll be arriving in Santiago on March 12th, 2014. When we leave the retreat, it's on the 21st, so you'll be leaving on the 21st and most likely get home on the 22nd. Now the reason for that is because typically the way the flights work going into Santiago is that they arrive in the morning. So wherever you're departing from, chances are you'll be departing in the afternoon and then leaving wherever your departure is, and you get to sleep throughout the night and you wake up in Chile. So as much as it may seem like a long flight, which it is, you get to sleep throughout the majority of it. So it's not that bad. The next question that I get quite a bit is, how much does it cost? So the cost for the retreat is $2,500, and that is Canadian, and that covers almost everything. There are a few things that it doesn't cover. It doesn't include your airfare, so that is something you need to purchase separately. The reason that you have to purchase that separately from the retreat cost is because there may be people coming from different countries or different provinces, and I just wanted to make it open to everyone, and that everybody could come and come from their destination, as opposed to having to come to Calgary and then flying out from here. So to make it easier, and maybe some people have points or air miles or something like that, then at least they can use that if they wish as well towards the flight portion of things. So the flight costs are anywhere from $1,200 to $1,500 for the tickets, and that usually includes all the fees and taxes as well. There's an additional little fee that you may have to pay, or that you would have to pay when you're entering Chile. That's like the entering the country fee, and they don't have that included in your airline ticket, so you do need to pay for that separately, and I believe that that's around $130 once you enter Chile and they stamp your passport. Once they stamp your passport though, as long as for the duration of that passport life, anytime if you were to go to Chile in between again, then it covers that, and you don't need to pay that fee every time, just that one time for the life of that passport. Of course, unless any of the regulations change since I checked it last, but those were the fees and those were the regulations at the time. So some of you have expressed you're not quite sure if you can afford this trip. Really good comment, and so that is why I've created a payment plan, so that you can put down your $500 to reserve your space, and then you make a payment plan agreement with me. And what we do is we set out a certain pre-authorized payments throughout until we leave, and you need to make sure that everything is paid up until 60 days before the retreat, so that way you can pay it in chunks and you don't have to do it all at once. Another great thing is that we have Christmas coming, so maybe it's a perfect time to tell your relatives, instead of buying me fluffy socks or a day at the spa or whatever it is that they normally buy you, maybe Tupperware or something that you just don't really need, ask them to give you money instead, or maybe get you airline dollars towards the flight, or just a nice pretty check would be great, kind of thing, in order to put it towards this retreat. So we've got Christmas, we've got New Year's, we've got Valentine's Day, and all before we're leaving. So those are perfect excuses to be able to stock up on a little bit of extra funds for this trip as well. I've also heard that if you have a health spending account with your company, that sometimes they will honor different wellness retreats. So this retreat would be considered to be a wellness retreat, as we have yoga, as we have healthy eating, as we have meditation, and also you'll be receiving treatment while we're there as well. So They'll be receiving either a massage or REIKI treatment or hypnotherapy treatment, reflexology treatment. Any one of those treatments is of your choice you'll be receiving, which is included in the retreat too, no extra cost. So check with your healthcare provider and they might actually cover a portion of the retreat. It's something we're checking into, right? And one other thing that I would like to mention as well, when you're thinking about the cost of the retreat and not sure if you can afford it, one of the things I'd like you to ask yourself, with all the value that's going to be given to you at this retreat, all the knowledge, all the learning, all the self-discoveries and uncovering of your light, is this something you really can't afford? If you can't, that's okay, but just think about it. There's going to be a lot of value provided in this retreat. That is my number one goal, is to provide you with as much information as you want and as much guidance and as much aha moments that you can handle. So please keep that in consideration as well when you're wondering if you can afford the retreat. You're going to get your value and then some out of this retreat. Another question that I get is what's included in the retreat. Well, everything is listed on the website. Some of the things that I will mention that are included are the big ones. So things like meals, pretty much all your meals are covered. The day that you arrive in Santiago, or the days that you are traveling, or if you're going to be gone during lunchtime because you've decided to go to a local restaurant one day for lunch, those kind of things, you'll be paying for your own meals. But essentially everything else is, all the meals are covered. Your lodging is covered, your transfers are covered, like your transportation between places is covered. The taxi from the Santiago apartment that we will be having and then going to the train station, that is covered. Those kind of transfers are all covered. If you're in Santiago and you want to take a taxi here and you want to take a taxi there to kind of check things out on your own time, or any of the other towns that we'll be staying in, if you want to take some transportation here, transportation there, of course you'll have to cover those, but the main ones are definitely all covered within the retreat. Like I said, lodging is covered, the yoga is covered, it's included in the trip, meditation, any of the workshops, the REIKI class, which is again a $200 value, that's all covered. What else can I say? What else is covered? Like realistically, mostly everything is covered, and if you have any further questions of what is and isn't covered in the trip, the biggest thing is airfare. That's the biggest one, really, and any other sort of spending money that you want to have while you're there. The horseback riding by moonlight is covered. The celebration evenings that we have planned are also covered, or they're all included. And so, like I said, have a quick peek at the website. There's a tab there that says what's included. You can click on that and it tells you everything, and then it tells you like the couple of things that aren't included. I've had some people tell me too that they don't know if they have enough vacation time saved up in order to be able to go. So what I would recommend doing is talk to your HR personnel right now. I used to work in HR, and so I know sometimes they can be flexible and give you a couple of vacation days in lieu for next year, or they are also sometimes willing to do a leave of absence without pay for the couple of days that you may require. Another thing is that this is a really good time for you to look at your vacation time for next year and say, well, I kind of had a little trip planned to say Vegas or something like that, and it's a perfect time to look at it and say, well, what will give me more value? Vegas, a couple of days in Vegas, or 10 days in Chile on this amazing retreat? I don't know the answer. You know the answer within yourself. So whatever you choose, I'll honor, but it's a perfect time to just reevaluate some of your plans that you may have if you're tight for vacation time. And if you're not, then just come. It's all good. And a couple other questions I get too is, do I need to know Spanish to attend this retreat? Definitely not. While you're in Chile, there's lots of areas that do speak English, lots of people that do speak English. But in saying that, there are some towns, definitely some of the smaller towns, where they don't speak as much English. So if you do have your dictionary handy, that would be perfect. But other than that, you really don't need to know a whole bunch of Spanish. And last but not least, another question that I do get as well is, how many people will be going on this retreat? So I'm keeping this retreat quite small and intimate because I want to be able to give you as much time and as much attention as you may need throughout this retreat. So we're keeping it quite intimate with the maximum would be 10 people. So if you're hoping that you're not going to be amongst a big, huge group of people, definitely don't worry about that. We're keeping it nice and small and intimate, and it's going to be really beautiful. So how to sign up, that's the fun part. You get to go to the website at www.ghwretreats.ca, and there's a tab there that says sign up. So you click on that, open it up, there'll be a page that you need to just complete with all of your information. Click submit, it redirects you to a payment page, and from there you can make your payment. So this is a retreat you're just not going to want to miss. It's going to be absolutely awesome, and it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be full of laughter, because as much as I've talked a lot about all the value you're getting with going within and finding out what you want to uncover, I love to do things that are deep, but also being able to bring it to the light and to be able to have fun with it and be able to laugh and to be able to share. And it's just something that's so close to my heart. Healing is something that's incredibly close to my heart. I've been through all kinds of healing myself in many different topics, and it's made me who I am today. It's made me the healer who I am today. It's also made me the woman that you see before you who just wants to help other people. And this is one of the ways that I can do this, and this is my dream come true. So thank you so much for your time, for your patience with me as we've gone through this video series, and thank you for considering this retreat. Please pass it forward to anyone that you feel this may benefit, and feel free to share these videos. Feel free to share this information with your Facebook page, with your Twitter, with any sort of medium, that we can just get the information out there. Maybe this retreat isn't for you, but maybe it's the perfect thing for someone who's next to you. So thank you so much again, and I wish you the most blessed day. Take care. Namaste.